Let's get back to the broader market. Let's get back to Bullard for a second, because, again, there was a great deal of focus on Steve Leisman's interview.
Excellent.
Because you've got so many people who typically are trying to pick stocks just focused on Fed policy. Take a listen to what Bullard had to say, in particular, of course, about his interpretation of the inflation data.
We got the hot CPI report last Thursday, I guess, and I think my interpretation was not so much that report alone, but the last 4 reports taken in tandem have indicated that inflation is broadening and possibly accelerating in the U.S. economy. So I shaded up my position, and I'm just one person on the committee, but I shaded up my position to say I'd like to see 100 basis points worth of movement on the policy rate by July 1.
100 basis points by July 1.
Look, you got to see this. The CPI was out of control. It was. I mean, there's no longer any safe haven within any part of this country, whether it's poultry, whether it's corn, whether it's cars. How about the car companies telling the dealers not to charge so much? David, there isn't anything. So, I mean, I have to like Bullard, just like him very much. Had a little to do there one time with China.
Yes, there was a period of time where you were sort of at odds with him a bit, if I remember.
We have...
It's all behind you.
And I will tell you, I think he represents as close to Powell as you're going to get. So look out, 100 basis points. Is that so bad? I don't know. I was looking at margin rates. That easy money where you could buy a house against securities, that thing's going away. Mm-hmm. It's just going away. And by the way, in terms of going away, David, I had Gary Gensler on recently.
Yes.
And I know we're going to cover crypto.
Yes.
But I was saying to him how much I love block fee because I'm getting 8% on my cash balance. And he laughed. He said, I don't know, Jim. Well, here, a crypto lender block fee to pay $100 million in settlement with SEC states. This is, well, I mean, this just happened. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'm still going to get my 8.5, 9. I may be getting something like 1.5, 2.
Well, you've been getting it for a while, though.
8.5, 9, no, it's been unbelievable. It's like better than the stock market historically. And Gary Gensler, who is so terrific, I think, is the chairman, he was telling me to be skeptical of getting 8.5, 9 because they're lending out your securities.
You've been asking questions about that for
yeah, and you know what, David? This thing should have crashed.
Have to do with 100 basis points from the Fed?
Well, because
by July,
because you're more right now. If you want to borrow against stocks, that's how you can get a very inexpensive loan. You can get 2%. That's the one that's going to go away. I think they can raise. They raise the short rates. Mm-hmm. That goes to 3, 4. Next thing you know, that whole deal for rich people is gone.
All right. To the extent, though, that the market has already priced in an expectation of significant move up in rates over a relatively short period of time, is that reflected now in the decrease in the multiple for many of these tech names that we talk about so often? Is there an opportunity here if you are brave?
Fortune favors the brave.
I thought it was the bold.
By the way, I looked up. It's either one.
Thank God that was not a Super Bowl.
No.
I cannot stand that.
Okay, I would say that, again, there's always this group of people who seem to be oblivious. And when a Bullard comes on after Bullard talking about this, they're shocked, okay? So I think that short term, there'll be a dip that you can... No, I'm not going to change that. For the club today, we had been selling like mad last week. I'm like in Delray, and my wife says, could you, go outside, please? And I said, no, absolutely not. What, to tweet? No. Except for a freight train I tweeted was going right at me. David?
Yes.
Jim. We're looking to buy today after just selling and selling and selling and selling.
You are.
He even sold Broadcom, which has been, ever since Hock Tan was, spoke to. Remember Hock Tan when he came here?
I do. It's that right here.
He's generated a great return. We had a double in that. I said, no. Time to take things off the table, to be ready for when people say, I can't take it anymore, because that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a collapse of confidence in so many different people, CEOs, in Jerome Powell. I've got people who have been with me pro-J the whole way. I have no friends who are pro-J right now.
They haven't even started raising rates yet. What's the problem?
I'm giving you the skinny of how people feel.
Yeah, how they feel. Keep rates at zero so I can
keep
make
rates
as
at
much
zero.
money as I possibly can.
Right, and it's like when Jeremy Siegel comes on. I mean, you need to have rates not go up. Well, I got bad, or else it's going to be bad. And I think he says don't fight them
not great
today.
Either.
No.
And by the way, I mean, Bullard's not alone. When you talk to CEOs, and I know you do, Last week before I left, I had a conversation with somebody who runs a broad portfolio of businesses, a lot of them. I mean, forget temporary, forget any idea that it's transitory in any nature. I know you and I a year and a half ago had this debate. It's not.
No,
and they don't expect
I was
it to
in
go
transitory.
anytime soon.
I want everyone to go. You
What?
must go and listen to or read the Coca-Cola quarterly conference call.
Okay.
Because they call it temporal. They call it inflation temporal. But then they say it only involves cans, bottles, at home, on premise.
It's like anything you can do.
Anything.
I love the fact that you pulled out that from your pocket. Anything else in there you want to share with us?
Yeah, Pepsi felt much better about things.